Well, the investigation still isn't done yet with Gene Hackman at the current taping of this interview. So I hope it's not foul play. Not gonna do it.
You know, you said something interesting because we just mentioned runaway jury. I gotta ask you, that star Gene Hackman.
Man, you know, over the last 2 weeks, there've been about 5 celebrities who passed away. All 5 I worked with.
Can you name
And I
them?
had pictures with him. Crazy. I must probably stop taking pictures with Gene Hackman, who I worked with in Runaway Jury, who was great. I mean, he was great on the set. When he walked on the set, too, the women were just swooning over him.
Wow.
Very graceful, very strong in his presence.
Just
without
masculine,
trying.
yeah.
So Gene Hackman, you know, rest in peace. And Gene Hackman was 95.
But the circumstances were like, now people are putting conspiracies on it. What was your reaction, and did you think that there might have been some foul play with how he, you know, would end up dying?
Well, the investigation still isn't done yet with Gene Hackman at the current taping of this interview. At first, I thought it was when they first thought it was
Well, murder-suicide?
No. At first they thought, because all were dead, the dog, the wife, and Mr. Hackman.
You talking about that comes from the car exhaust?
Carbon monoxide.
Poisoning, yeah.
And then as they did study, they thought maybe she had killed him, and then she killed herself, and then the dog was in the cage, so he couldn't have eaten the pills, they said. So from what I understand, now what it's coming to, what I think as of this interview, that she had died first, and he, having dementia, didn't know how to take care of that or deal with that, and didn't eat because he had nothing in his stomach.
She was taking care of him, I assume.
Well, at first, but then she died.
Right.
She was her.
That was a
She was his
caretaker.
caregiver.
Yeah, caregiver.
And when she passed, he had no caregiver. He had nothing in his stomach, so he may have died of starvation, and he died next. And then the dog was in the cage, so the dog couldn't eat or drink, and the dog died of dehydration and starvation.
Wow.
So that's where I last I heard, as of this interview.
How much do you believe that?
Where it left, huh?
How much do you believe
I
that?
can believe it.
Yeah.
If that happens. And I can believe, you know, dementia is, my dad passed away, he had dementia. So that behavior is you forget to do things.
That's sad.
Forget where to use the bathroom, you forget where you are, you forget to eat, you forget to take your meds, you forget this, you forget that. So she being like 30, almost 30 years younger, was his caregiver. So if she went down, who's gonna take care of her if he can't take care of himself?
Yeah, and they said she got sick from some type of rodent virus.
Right, something happened where she got contracted some type of virus or something. They were
Hantavirus.
Yeah, I guess they were in Mexico.
Got you.
So
maybe
you know,
like
just rest in peace. I hope it's not foul play. You know, it would be sad to see a giant in the industry go down that way.
Yeah, he was one of my favorites. I still watch his classics.
Yeah.
Him and Crimson Tide going toe to toe with Denzel, by far one of the best scenes I think in Hollywood.
He's costing me my jury.
Man, he made you hate him, but also loved him.
Yeah, man, he was that guy. Lex Luthor. He was
consistent.
Enemy of the state. I mean, you name it.
And I think it's just, you know, back to kind of like Hollywood being a business.
Right.
I guess by choice he kind of decided to, you know, move to Mexico. But it's like, damn, it shouldn't have ended that way. That's not the way it should end.
Right.
Another person's ending that kind of went a certain way, and I'm wondering if you have a picture with them, is John Amos.
I got a picture with John Amos. I can't find it. John Amos, he was doing an independent movie that my brother was in and another friend of mine was in. And I went to the set to visit, you know, my brother and the other friend I had, and John Amos was there. And I was like, wow, you know, that's John Amos. And I can't find the picture, but I took a picture with him. And yeah, man, it was sad to see how he went as well. But he was another giant in the industry.
Yeah.
Especially for black people.
Because I was going to say, like, you know, that one bothered me and, you know, like slightly hurt how he went away.
Did you go down, 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 down?
Definitely wasn't doing that, but it was a sting of like, that's not how we're supposed to end our story when we reach certain heights.
Right.
And I don't want to really kind of like go too in on the family. It's just about what is the infrastructure to take care of a guy like Torry, when God Torry is an older
Right.
man, that's
Right.
like, God, you put in this work for us, and we're gonna make sure you are set up
Right.
for the rest of your life.
Right. That's good. That's good to have a team like that, man. You know, and to have family. I think my family's pretty solid. You know, I have some great siblings that's going to make sure that I'm going to be all right. And we got to
Right.
make sure that they're going to be all right. We make sure our dad was all right. Making sure our mom is all right. So I trust my family with that. Maybe not Joe. No. I trust my entire family with that.